This roofer closed over $100,000 in just 14 days of new roofing jobs, and I'm gonna show you the exact system on how he did this so you could replicate this in your roofing business. If you don't already know me, I'm Cole. I'm one of the co-founders of NCT Media, and we've helped over 200 roofers all across the United States by providing them with qualified appointments onto their sales team's calendars through various of our marketing strategies that we actually give away for free on this exact channel. And this past week, one of our clients who signed up just 2 weeks ago closed over $100,000 in new roofing jobs in his first 2 weeks working with us. Something else that's crazy, and I wanna preface before saying this is not normal, this is not typical, this will not happen if you sign up with us. This is completely unusual, right? He's closed every single appointment we've sent him, 100%. It probably won't maintain that for the rest of the campaign, and he knows that as well, but 100% of the appointments we've sent him, he's closed.
How is that possible?
Absolutely ridiculous, right? Most of our clients, again, they don't close that, they close between 40 and 70%. So I'm gonna share with you the exact strategy, everything that we did on this exact campaign to achieve this for this client so you can do this and replicate this in your roofing business. So I'm gonna show you 2 things that allowed us to achieve these results. First, I'm gonna show you actually how we generated the leads and the appointments. And secondly, I'm gonna show you how we achieved such a strong buying intent in these leads that allowed for a client to close at 100%. Okay, so here's the campaign. I'm gonna show you what we did, how we set it up, all that stuff, so you could, replicate this exactly and hopefully, achieve similar results. Again, you probably won't. This is insane. This is just a very good campaign paired with good sales and other things that I'm gonna show you that allowed us to achieve this. So again, it's probably not gonna happen, but if you do a fraction of how good this did, you're gonna be able to scale with your business. So as you can see, we have 2 different ad sets here, and it's just a bunch of different creatives. We're running basically open targeting. We're letting the trillion-dollar platform or multi-billion trillion-dollar platform do the targeting because they have thousands and thousands of data points on every single user, so they're gonna know who to target better than you do, and they're gonna use our creatives to actually target the correct people. As you can see, worked pretty well, right? So under $30 lead cost, which is pretty ridiculous. We only spent $1,100 and we achieved that much revenue. As you can see, I'm on maximum here, and it was only 2 weeks. So crazy stuff. 2 different, ads. Look, I'll show you completely open here. We have the targeting, of the location, obviously, manual placements, nothing crazy. We're only putting it on, basic Facebook feeds and reel feeds and stuff, just so Facebook's not spending where it doesn't need to. Another key thing for this campaign, why it actually worked, is because of the population size. As you can see, we have 1.8 million users, right? Which is very good. We work with campaigns sometimes that are on the lower end, I would say sub 700, 800K, and they're much harder to get to work, right? It's a lot harder with less of the population because you have less people that could hit, right? But when you're targeting very broad, you're more likely to come across a good amount of people that need a new roof, right? So you're just decreasing your chances the lower you are, essentially, right? If I were to target the whole United States, my lead cost would be ridiculous, right? And I don't think you should do that because that would be a very hard operation to run, but it would be ridiculous, right? So that's kind of how we do things there. And then here, I'm not going to show you too much of the actual ad creatives, but they're basically basic story creatives, right? Where we just have little AI voice going over some guys, videos of guys installing a roof, and it's just a well-written, ad creative. We're running lead forms. We've ran landers. We do run landers sometimes. It really depends on the situation, but oftentimes we see lead forms actually work a lot better. And this only works if you have your team set up in a way to be absolute killers. You need your team to be killers for lead forms to work because your connection rate's gonna be lower, your booking rate's gonna be lower. They're not laydowns, right? But if you do it right, you could get the cheapest possible cost per qualified appointment if you do it right. So our team, the way we have things set up is we dial them in under 60 seconds, we send them a ton of texts and memes, we follow up with them mad dogs 4 times a day for 7 days. We even follow up with them after 30 days as well on the phones, dialing them. So these guys get absolutely blasted. These leads, they're getting blasted. If your team's not going to do that, I would recommend that you do a very high friction landing page where you have more lay down leads that are likely to answer even after 5 minutes. But again, I think this is probably the best strategy that you can implement for your roofing business if you have a killer team. Okay, so I want to say that first. Lead form simple, 3 questions. Simple offer here, pretty common offer in roofing. It works really well. before you, react crazy and be like, oh, $5,997, I'm barely installing roofs for that. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This client closed at 100%. So the offer clearly works. 3 questions here. We asked for their basic information, and then at the end of it, we have a little page, where they could schedule a appointment. That's basically it, right? Ad stuff's pretty simple. Nothing too special. Not much to go over. I go over it in other videos on the exact creatives itself, lead forms, etc. Don't need to dive too deeply into that in this video. But again, simple campaign setup, not a lot of budget, 2 ad sets, and we got literally ridiculous results on this campaign, like ridiculous. So as you can see with this $1,100 in spend, we generated 24 bookings. So what is that? Let me do a little calculator. Let me pull up a calculator. This is like ridiculous. Like, don't expect $45, appointments. That is like absolutely ridiculous. How we even achieved that on this campaign, it's insane. Very, very good campaign paired with really good sales. And it's, a match made in heaven, let's say. It's absolutely beautiful. What we achieved with this campaign with such little amounts of spend. As we scale this campaign, the results are going to taper off quite a bit, and we're not going to be closing at such a high rate, but again, insane results in this campaign won't happen for you more than likely. Okay, so there's a couple things. Again, my sales team was killers. They were connecting with the leads really quick. That was absolutely crucial, but something that we train our guys to do on the phone to make sure that, every single lead that shows up is a lead with high buying intent. They're not going to waste our clients' times. They're going to close, right? One thing that we do is we make sure to set proper expectations. This is something that is very overlooked, right? People are just like, set the appointment, that's it. But you also need to set proper expectations because we don't want to be wasting our time. We don't want the closers on our team to be wasting our time with shit appointments, okay? So we set their expectations, and what does that look like? So basically, what that looks like is, number one, we make sure that they know for damn sure that they're not gonna get a roof for $6,000, and that is our very, 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 very lowest. If they have a certain, type of roof at a certain size, that's where it would be that low. Usually it's not that low. Usually, it's 10 to 20 something $1,000. Boom. That's one thing that we set, and that's something that you need to set with this offer. This offer works really damn well with generating leads, but there could be expectation issues with it, right? So you need to make sure to set those expectations straight, and we don't really see problems. As you can see, we booked them still at a really, really high rate because our guys are trained really well on how to set those expectations, and a lot of them ended up being financially qualified, right? Because if they have $6,000 to dish out on a roof, they probably have 10, 15, etc., especially with your options, your buying options that you have so they can move forward, right? So that's something that's crucial, setting that expectation. Another thing is really setting the expectation that, they're gonna be showing up to an appointment with a real human at their house at X time, right? Like, you need to have extreme clarity with the appointment itself, right? Like, they don't know what the appointment is for. You need to make sure they know what it's for. What is it for? Giving them a quote on their roof. We're gonna hop up on the roof, inspect it, see the damage, assess what they need, give them a quote according to the roof damage, right? And that's something that we make clear. If you don't set that straight and you don't have that clarity, they might think it's virtual. They might think it's on the phone. They might think whatever, right? They could think anything, right? So you wanna make it damn clear and you wanna set that expectation straight so the show rate's high as well. So expectation, show rate, right? Those are 2 huge things. The next biggest things that we do, and we have all of our clients do this, is having the client's closer, not us. We don't connect with them at all. Client's closer, we send them the appointment. We want the closer to connect with the lead pre-appointment. Why is this? This is because, number one, again, if they bail on the appointment, they're bailing to a human. And number 2, they are going to advance that lead in the sales process by already building that rapport between them and the rep. So when they show up, it's like they're talking to their friend almost, that they already know, right? Versus just showing up cold, they've never connected, they don't know who you are, etc. You're not only decreasing the chances of them no-showing because they feel like they're bailing on a human if they no-show, but you're also advancing them in that sales process by building that rapport with you, building trust with you. So that's crucial. If they don't reply to you, send them a personalized video through your iPhone, not through CRM, through your iPhone. I would recommend doing all those things. It helps tremendously. Next thing is, and this one's huge as well, is pre-handling their objections and their questions before you even show up. Why is this? Because if you're in there, doing your presentation, doing your sales, giving everything, talking to them, right? And they have all these questions and they have all these things, that's information that you're giving to them at the time of the appointment that they're likely going to need to think about and delay the sales cycle. But if you answer those questions before the appointment, now when you come in the home, they're not going to have any questions to think about. Now it's just like, price, is price good? Okay, I'm going to sign. That's the only thing that you want to happen when you're in the home and you're in your sales process, right? So a couple ways you can do this. One is in your pre-call video that your closer sends them, send them a video of you answering all those questions and all those objections. Next thing that you could do is you could send them some emails beforehand answering those. Next thing that you could do is you could have a video that gets sent out to every single person that books that answers questions, answers the objections. All those things are incredibly helpful because you are providing them with the necessary information that they need to think over, right? And then when you're in the home, they are hyper interested. They just want to know price and where to sign, right? Like that's the whole goal of this. And that's what we are doing with our clients. And that's why, this guy closed at a ridiculously high rate. That's pretty much it for the video. Pretty short video, simple stuff. I didn't dive too deep into anything specific. We have videos diving into specifically, what to do pre-call or what to do on your ads. So go check those videos out to learn about that if you're curious and you need more info there. Otherwise, just subscribe, stay tuned for future videos. Peace.